Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Lunalight deck profile. So this is a deck that I don't think I've actually ever profiled, but I've had for a really long time, and it just recently topped a YCS, which was amazing. It's a really awesome deck that can summon a really big beater with Lunalight, Leo Dancer, being able to have 3,500 attack and be able to attack multiple times. It's just a really awesome deck that doesn't really rely so much on the pendulum scale, but it more relies on like fusions and XYZ summons. So let's get straight on this, guys. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down there so you can become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. And if you're not subscribed, definitely consider subscribing, please. So, first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Lunalight Tiger. So, Lunalight Tiger's effect, basically, you use the pendulum effect of her first, always. Once per turn, you can target a Lunalight monster in your grave and special summon it, but it can't attack this turn. That's totally fine, because usually we're going to be using them for fusion materials anyways, or XYZ materials. And if this card's on the field to destroy a battle or by card effect, you can target a Lunalight monster in your grave and special summon it. So it's basically like Walking Monster Reborn. Usually you're going to be putting it in your pendulum scale just for that effect of the Monster Reborn effect. We don't do a lot of pendulum summoning in this deck, but when we do, it's pretty explosive. So then we play 2 copies of Lunalight Wolf. Lunalight Wolf is kind of like Miracle Fusion, if you guys have ever played Heroes. So basically what it does is, if you cannot pendulum summon monsters, except Lunalight monsters, that's why we don't pendulum summon all that much in this deck, which the majority of the things that we play in this deck are Lunalights, but it can come to the time where we have a couple of cards in our hand that aren't Lunalights. But it has the effects that once per turn, you can fusion summon 1 Lunalight fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on this card from your field or grave, which is pretty cool. I really love that effect. You usually don't summon this card, and it just inflicts piercing damage. If you control, or all your Lunalights can inflict piercing damage, but I never summon this. I just put it as a continuous spell in my pendulum scale, or I just set it as a pendulum scale. So the next one we play is 2 copies of Yellow Marten. Yellow Marten is really good. It's one of the new ones that came out in the Legend, or the Sisters of the Rose pack. And what it does is, if this card is in your hand or grave, you can target a Lunalight monster you control, except another copy of itself, and return it to the hand. If you do, you special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. And if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add a Lunalight spell or trap from your deck to your hand. But the special summoning effect is usually used for, like, if I'm going to overlay or something like that. I'm not that concerned about it getting banished when it leaves the field anyways. So the next one that I play 2 copies of is Emerald Bird. I play 2 of each of the new ones. If it's normal or special summon, you get to send a Lunalight card from your hand or to the grave. And if you do, you get to draw a card. So it can kind of fix your hands and stuff like that. And you get to send Yellow Marten and get that search, which is nice. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a level 4 or lower Lunalight monster that is banished or in your grave, except another copy of yourself, and special summon it in defense position, but its effects are negated. So it kind of combos off very well with the Yellow Marten. So they kind of, that's why I play them as a 2 of each, is because they kind of combo well with each other. So then I play 3 copies of Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick is probably one of the best cards in the entire deck. What Kaleido Chick does is basically, it's kind of like Prisma. You can send a Lunalight monster from your deck or extra deck to the grave, and this card's name becomes that face-up card, and it's treated as that monster if it's sent to the graveyard. It's used as fusion material, and if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a polymerization in your grave and add it to your hand. So you can just get more fusions off, and then once per turn, if it's banished, you can activate this effect. This turn, your opponent cannot... cards and effects cannot be activated during the battle phase, so it gives them that Ancient Gear effect as well, which is pretty cool. But it's a really good card that you always want to play as a 3 of. The next one that we play as a 3 of, then we're going to get into the 1 ofs, is Black Sheep, or 2 of is a Black Sheep. I only play 2 Black Sheep because I don't play as many polymerizations. I play more of the Lunalight fusion, stuff like that, to fuse, and we can search it anyways, and it comes back to the hand if we use Kaleido Chick and stuff like that, so it's not really needed at 3. But what it does is you can discard it to add a Lunalight monster from your graveyard to your hand, or add a polymerization from your deck to your hand, which is pretty cool. And usually you're only going to fusion summon like 1 good time in this deck anyways, so it's not that big a deal. You're just going to usually fusion summon into Leo Dancer, and then you're going to win. So like, it's not that big of a deal. We're just going to fusion summon 1 time, maybe twice. So then we play one copy of Crimson Fox. I just couldn't not play one Crimson Fox. It's just a good card. If it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls and change its attack to 0 until he invades the turn. When this effect is activated, that targets a Lunalight monsters. You can banish this card from your grave, negate the activation. If you do, each player gains 1,000 life points. So it can protect your Lunalights from being targeted, which is pretty cool. One blue cat because it doubles attack points when it's special summoned, which is cool. And one purple butterfly. I just play one purple butterfly. It's probably, like, it's not that great, but you can send it from your hand to the grave, then target a Lunalight monster and it gains 1,000 attack. So it's just a good hand trap. And if it's banished from your graveyard, you can special summon a Lunalight monster in your hand. So it's okay, but it's not the best. Then I play a Zapdos the Elite because you can special summon this onto your field, and then for the next card, which is Singing Lanius, you can special summon this multiple times, or you can special summon this once per turn, but you can special summon Zapdos once per duel. But you can make Force Strix and search either one of these, and depending on what your situation is. But this special summons itself if you have a XYZ on the field. So I went ahead and played the Singing Lanius. I think the top contender that won the YCS was playing a Singing Lanius, and that's where I saw this. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm playing that. Because you can special summon it really, really, really easily from your hand to get some link plays off, which is why I play it. Then I play 3 copies of Ash Blossom as my hand trap. You can play more hand traps if you want to, or change out what the hand traps are. But I feel like the Ash Blossoms are definitely needed, especially since they're budget now. You can go get 3 copies of the Salamangreat deck, which I already have a deck profile of that on my channel if you guys want to check that out too. But the Ash Blossoms are really helpful because they do so much. That's why I play them. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is just a really good card to make sure that our combos go off. I play 1 copy of the Phantom Knights Rank Up Launch. I anticipate this card is going to get banned sooner than later because it's just so good. Like, you can special summon during your opponent's main phase or during a main phase as a thought onto the field and just shockmaster the field for card effects or like monster effects. Like, whoa, like real. So then we play a Polymerization. I only play 1 copy of Polymerization. You only need 1 copy in this deck, really, because, like, if you wanted to play 2, you've already got the second one with the Lunalight Fusion, because you can fusion summon Lunalight monsters, and you're only going to special summon Lunalight monsters anyways. So it's kind of one of those you don't really need more than this. I mean, if you opt in to play more and you don't want to play the rank up magic, you could play another Poly or another Lunalight Fusion. It's up to you if you don't like that route, but it's probably one of the best routes this deck can go right now. 3 copies of Perfume. Perfume, what it does is you can target a Lunalight monster in grave and special summon it, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard to discard a card and add a Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand. So it's really good, and it's not once per turn, so you can do that as many times as you can. So it's just really, really good. Then we play 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. That is to send our Lunalight Perfume from our deck to the graveyard to get that search off if we don't want to special summon, and plus it just helps out thinning the deck. 3 copies of Tenki because it adds any of our Lunalight monsters to our hand. And that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into, or no, not the main deck. I got 2 trap cards I want to show you guys really quick. So that's it for the spells of the main deck. So for the 2 traps, we're only playing 1 copy of the Phantom Knight's Shade. And that's just a special summon since we don't have that many traps in the deck. And 1 copy of the Lunalight Serenade Dance. Now, Serenade Dance is interesting. When you fusion summon a fusion monster to your field during damage steps, you can activate, or you can target one of those monsters and apply these effects in sequence. Special summon a Lunalight token that has 2,000, 2,000 to your opponent's field, and then that monster, that target gains 500 attack for each monster opponent controls, even if it leaves the field. And then during the main phase, the cool thing about this, so you can make this live at any time, is that during your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave to send 1 card from your hand to the grave. And if you do special summon 1 Lunalight monster from your deck, so, like, it searches, and plus you can use that with Foolish Burial Goods to send it to grave. Well, usually that's what I do, is send it to grave, and then I banish it and send a card from my hand to the grave, and then special summon a Lunalight from deck, like Kaleido Chick or something like that, so I can get some really good effects off, because it doesn't negate their effects, which is nice, to make it Panther Dancer, so I can summon Leo Dancer and then go in. So, that's it for the main deck this time. Let's get in the extra. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. So, we're going to be playing, for the next card, we're going to be playing 2 copies of Leo Dancer. Leo Dancer is kind of like the win condition of the deck. It takes a Panther Dancer and 2 Lunalight monsters, but that's not that big of a deal because you had the Kaleido Chick to summon anyways. But its effect is that must be special summoned with the above fusion materials. Not a big deal because it counts as, it counts as Panther Dancer. And it cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which is amazing. And this card can make a second attack during each battle phase, and then once per turn, at the end of the battle damage step, if this card attacked a monster, you can destroy all special summon monster your opponent controls. So you're going to end up, if they have only special summon monsters on the field, and this attacks and destroys one of them, or if it doesn't even destroy it, you can just blow them all up, which is really, really great. And I love that it just bombards the field. Then when I play one of the new Saber Dancers, I usually don't make this that much because it's just kind of like generic. If I don't have the Kaleido Chick, I can make this instead, but it's there if I need it. And then I play 1 copy of Panther Dancer because I have the Wolf to make the second Leo Dancer if I need to. That's why I don't play 2 Panther Dancers. Then we play Outer Entity Azathoth, just summon off the rank up magic. Time Thief Redoer, I feel like this is the best one to make. Because it banishes itself and then you get no materials on it, and then you can go rank up magic into this, which is really easy. And then Force Strix as well. Force Strix is really easy to summon this deck because it just requires 2 level 4 monsters. You put it in defense position, you detach a material, add your Singing Lanius to hand, or your, what's it called? The other one, Zaphros. And then you special summon the into defense position, the Singing Lanius, and then you can link these away. Or you can just sit on this and let it sit there, and then activate the next turn, search the Zaphros, and then go into Azathoth, which is just another option. Then I play Boral Sword, because you can OTK your opponent. Boral Load, again, OTK, and steal monsters. Summon Sorceress to summon exactly what I need when I need it. Unicorn to mount stuff. Phantom Knights of Rusty, just because, like, if you summon this, you can search out either the trap or the rank up magic with this, so it's really important. I do anticipate this is going to get banned. Like, I really anticipate this is going to get banned. Phoenix and Cerberus to pop stuff if I need to pop spells or traps. And then 1 Firefighting Durandal. People don't read this enough, and they need to, especially with the fire formations. It's really good because you can destroy basically a face-up spell or trap card on each side of the field. And then this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. You can target one of your Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters that is banished during your grave and add it back to your hand, which is pretty good. If your opponent summons something really little, you can make this, or you can use this to rank up into something else, like Nightmare Unicorn, which is what I usually do. So anyways, guys, that's it for the deck. I really hope you enjoyed this one. It's a really, really fun deck. And it's kind of budget, too, now that Ash Blossoms have been reprinted. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this deck down in the comments down below. Tell me how you enjoy playing this deck. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.